All right, people, welcome to Peeps Creek, the cafe where you can sit at our table, order your favorite drink, and listen to some slightly intense but definitely worthwhile conversations. A podcast where you can drink, listen, and converse.
So, what's on the menu today at Peeps Creek?
Hot stuff coming up.
All right, and on today's menu is all things WAP. That is WAP. And today we are going to do something a little different. We are actually going to have Denise take over this episode. So Denise, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. Go ahead. Okay. We already said you're doing it.
All right. So let's talk about this famous song that has brought so much controversy. But it's also brought some good stuff, right? Like some good comments or however you say that. But anyway, it's the WAP song, which stands for Wet Ass Pussy. It's been recorded by Cardi B featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
You don't even sound right saying that. Say it again.
Cardi B.
What's the name of the name of the song?
WAP. Wet Ass Pussy. How about that? Was that better?
Definitely not going to be you're not part of the video, but go ahead.
All right, so it was released in August by Atlantic Records. It kind of has, I guess, a sample of Frank Ski's song, or is it like similar to it or something like that?
It samples of the 1993 Frank Ski song. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. If you see them, point them out. If you see, yes.
It's a song that I guess played a lot in clubs or something like that, right?
We played it all the time. I used to play it at parties. When I gave a birthday party with my cousin, we did a joint party. We would play it. And even in even in undergrad, my fraternity parties, we would play it. But yeah,
I've heard it. I've heard it before, but I don't dance, so I've never danced to it. But anyway, the song debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, giving Cardi her 4th #1 single in the U.S.
Y'all not gonna clap for that?
Good job, Cardi. Good job.
I mean, yeah, you gotta get credit where credit is due. Y'all, the energy level is boring, but keep going.
We haven't gotten
This
into
is
the
WAP.
good stuff yet, so So the song also broke the record for the largest opening streaming week for a song in the U.S. history, and it debuted atop. Oh, another clap! There you go. And
Get credit where credit is due.
Well, we still have a lot to give her credit for. Can we wait until we go over her stuff? She also became the only female rapper to achieve Hot 100 #1 singles in 2 different decades, 2010, 2020. And it also reached #1.
Wait, you said the only?
She became the only female rapper.
Oh, wow. I bet Nicki Minaj's crew is not happy about that, but go ahead.
And she's her single also reached #1 in Australia, Canada, and New Zealand.
All right.
So now you want to clap for her? Let's clap for her if you want to. Oh, and the video broke the record for the biggest 24-hour debut for an all-female collaboration on YouTube.
Wow. But we'll talk about that because there's some controversy with that too. But go ahead.
All right, so that's the opening of WAP. Let's talk about the lyrics. So first, before we talk about the lyrics, right? Let's talk about Cardi and Megan, okay? So are you guys fans? Are you a fan of Cardi? I'll ask whoever wants to start. And the question is, are you a Cardi fan or are you a Megan fan?
I personally like both of them. They are both different in their stuff. Cardi makes Spanish songs as well, or like does features with Spanish singers that I like Bad Bunny or Ozuna. But I just like her. I like her vibe. I like the way she is. She's fun. And Megan, she is the hot girl. Like, her music is like, this collaboration was just very well thought out. Just because her music goes with what this song is about. So I like them both. They're both different, but the same in a way.
I would have to agree with the collaboration. I think it was a well thought out thing to do, and I give them props.
Yeah,
for
for
that.
sure.
Yeah. What about you, Sean?
So I'm fan for different reasons, not necessarily because of the music. I think both of their music, I would listen to it because I like the beat, but I'm not like, oh my God, Megan just dropped something, or oh my God, Cardi just dropped something. But I like them and resonate with them for different reasons. I like Cardi because she knew how to use her platform on Love and Hip Hop New York, even though I never really watched that. I only watched the Atlanta one. But I like the fact that she got in, she got out, she used the platform for what it was supposed to be. I also like the fact that she is smart in her own right. And I know I'm saying it like she's not smart, but she is. And what I like about her is that she's true to herself in that aspect of recognizing her smartness. And she talks the way she talks, and she doesn't give a fuck of what anyone says about her, which I like. And it resonates with me only because I have kind of like a speech impediment with certain words. Like, people will always make fun about how the way I pronounce things. And so growing up, that was always something that made me self-conscious. But I like the fact that she says what she says, and she doesn't toe in line with what people think, how someone defines who is smart. It's about your articulation and this, that, and the third. So I like her for that. I like Megan for different reasons. What I didn't know is I did not know that Megan's mom was actually a rapper. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's how she started.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And I like the fact that she's still going hard with her education, even though she technically don't want to be a nurse or in the medical field per se. She wants to actually run a restaurant, a hospital or some kind of care facility. And I like the fact that ultimately what she wants to do is open up her own assisted living facility, so that she can run it and have people who she went to school with actually work there. So I thought that was pretty cool about her. One thing that I will say is there was a quote that she had in the Billboard interview. She said, if you're not dating somebody popping, or you're not just acting a complete ass, then people 9 times out of 10 are probably not going to know who you are. You find out about me because of my music, and that's how I want to keep it. And I thought that was important because right now there's so many like mega stars on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, because they're doing wild and stupid shit, and kudos to them because that's their platform. But what she is saying in that quote, which I really like, is that you're gonna know me because of what I'm giving you, and what I'm giving you is music. You know what I mean? It's like true talent, which I kind of appreciate. So that's why I like both of them.
Was that Megan who said that?
Yeah, Megan.
Okay. I'm not a fan of either. I don't listen to their music. Like, that's not what I have on my phone. It's not my, what is it called? Genre? Is that how you pronounce it?
Genre, yeah.
Yeah.
Genre.
I've had a hard time with that word, but it's not my type of music. So, like Cristhian said, I would listen to Cardi only if she's featured in Osuna's or, Bad Bunny, like you mentioned, or...
I didn't say I'd only listen to her in that. I'd say I'd like her.
No. I'm saying that that's the only reason I will listen to her, because like you mentioned,
okay.
she features with...
Let me make it clear.
No. She features in Spanish, with Spanish artists, which is what I listen to. And with Bruno Mars, like the song that she did with Bruno Mars, then I would listen to it because Bruno, only because of Bruno.
Yeah. We love Bruno Mars.
I love Bruno Mars. That's my husband. And then Megan, I knew about her going to school, still trying to, do her education and stuff. But I think I've only listened to one of her songs, which is the Hot Girl Summer one that she had with Nicki. And that's it. So the point I was trying to make was that I personally didn't even know about the song. I didn't know that the song had even been released until Sean asked me to listen to it and watch the video so we can actually talk about it. So I personally didn't even know there was so much controversy or that the song was even released. But I guess those that do listen to them would have known that, right? So continuing with that, let's talk about those lyrics. So I honestly do not remember how the song goes. So I am so sorry, Cardi and Megan, if I'm not pronouncing them or reading them the way it should.
In this house. There's
No, not that part.
In this house.
It's horse.
That's how it starts off, though.
But we mentioned that that's part of that other guy's song.
I said certified free, 7 days a week. That's the beat. Go ahead.
Do you want to go ahead with the lyrics then?
No, go ahead. I was just trying to see if I could, ping a memory bank for you.
So I will tell you guys what standed out for me on the first verse, right? Well, not even the verse. I'm actually going to talk about this chorus right here when she talks about bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. And the only reason why I said that would made an impact or whatnot is because as I was reading the controversy, that's one of the parts that they were talking about, right? Bringing a bucket and a mop to just wipe, you know what. So what about you guys?
I don't know where the controversy would come from that part. I'm just like, it's funny, It's humorous.
So I think this is just personally. I think it's more about the reference behind the lyrics, right? So I'm guessing or I'm assuming, right? Because I personally don't think there's anything wrong with the song, but I personally feel that it's more those people that are more conservative that still feel like it's a taboo to talk about a woman or a woman referencing about anything related to sex, anything related to any parts of her body. So I could see why that would be a controversy for those, for people that are still conservative and think that type of way. Because you're making it seem like, and this is gonna sound so bad, right? But you're making it seem like it's so drenched that you get so wet that you're gonna have to, you know what I mean? So I could see how that could be a controversy. What about you guys? What is your opinion on that?
on that particular lyric verse, I mean, I don't have an opinion on it. It's like, it is what it is. I mean, it's realistic. No one wants to have dry ass sex, period. You try to have sex with someone who's not wet, guy, girl, whatever it is. That's the sex industry is making a killing on lubricants alone. That's why there's so many different flavors. There's edible kind. There is flavored kind. There's a kind that's supposed to give you tingling sensations. Like, this is natural. People naturally have sex. We procreate. That's how we procreate most of the time anyway. And so for me, there's no controversy. Like, it is what it is. Like, no one wants dry sex.
And back to what you were saying, Denise, about all these like conservative people, I'm like, this song is just not for you. So I don't know why you even want to listen to it or like put your opinion out about it. Like, just don't listen to it.
I agree with you, Cristhian.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just agree with him. I feel like me personally, there are certain things that I'm still very conservative about. And for example, the song, I could understand why the controversy. I listened to it once. I probably won't even listen to it again because it's just not my type of music. I don't really care about what the songs are saying. So like you said, if it doesn't go with what you believe in, just don't listen to it. Let those that do want to, feel good about it, have their own little thing of being good about it. So I agree with Cristhian when it comes to that. And disclaimer, we are not endorsed by any of these lubricants.
Lubricants.
But if y'all listening out there, apparently Sean is willing to endorse you guys. So there you go.
I mean, sex is healthy. Whether you are in it with someone or you're doing it to yourself. I mean, there is scientific evidence to suggest, particularly for men, that you need to come regularly because that helps with at least reducing the phases of testicular cancer. Now, I'm not a doctor, a medical professional, but at least that's the advice that my medical doctor has given me. So whatever. Sex is important. Go ahead.
Moving right on. All right. So let's talk about the first verse, right? So beat it up. Catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. What about that? Cristhian, what do you think about that?
One, why didn't you say the word? You said the name of the song and you just like bleeped it out.
You know, just in case.
I think it all goes hand in hand.
Okay.
I personally I like the song. I'm not gonna say like it's on my playlist, but I like the song.
Is it even in your music category? I mean, library?
I mean, yeah, no, I added the song to my library, but it just like to me it's funny. When I hear it, I'm just like, they're so smart with the way they like worded things. That's what makes people catch their attention. They're like, that's what makes people like wanna repeat it or like sing it and memorize it, you know?
Yeah. Okay, but let's.
I mean, and I think.
Go ahead, Sean.
I think some people. I just think some people resonate with what they're talking about, the act of sex, and people take on different personalities when they're having sex. There may be someone who's meek and meager normally during the week, but when they're in sex mode, like they like this ferocious, like whatever, I'm coming to get it type of person.
Oh yeah, it's like that phrase. What is it? Something in the streets, freak in the sheets. Mm-hmm. What is it?
Conservative in the streets, freak in the streets, or something. I don't know.
Like
whatever.
That,
something like that, yeah.
That's how some people are.
But yeah, so that's my opinion on it. What you about to say, Denise?
But let's talk about, okay, because I get it that you guys don't have an issue with it, right? But let's expand our thinking with those that do have an issue with it, right? Could you understand why it is that they have an issue? And I'll just give you examples of part of the lyrics where I could personally see why it could cause such an issue, right? There's a part when Cardi says, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring, right? So for, I don't want to say for many years, but there's a stigma, I want to say is probably the right word, to say that this younger generation now doesn't cook, doesn't do anything, and resorts to sex to be able to get what they have, right? So could you guys see why there could be an issue with certain things on the song that would let girls nowadays that are in this age feel like it's okay to actually do that?
No.
At all, no. I'll agree with you when you say that the song itself, it's very controversial. There are people out there that are not going to like it, not going to agree with everything they say. But I feel like both Megan and Cardi have made a point that like everything they may write is not for other people to follow. It's not so they can like join the bandwagon. Like when she says, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring, that's Cardi being Cardi. Cause I mean, we know Cardi's history. We know what she was doing before, you know?
Which is dancing.
Yeah. And yeah, there's videos out there of that people.
But there are, I'm sorry. Why does that matter? Like at the end of the day, there are lawyers, there are judges, there are doctors who dance in order to pay for school. So why does it matter that she had a past of dancing to do X, Y, and Z? Like, I'm not coming for you. I'm just talking about the people. Like, why does that matter? Why do you care how a person get their bag? And as long as they're not harming other individuals in the process, then why does it matter to you? What the people should be concerned about is why is your husband going to these bars to do X, Y, and Z? Is it something that you're not doing at home, or is it something that he's not doing at home? Y'all need to work on your marriage. And as in regards to children, look, I take it outside of this. I don't care who it is. There is always going to be an artist that has lyrics that you don't agree with as a parent. As a parent myself, I take it upon myself to listen to what my son listens to. I don't freaking like most of the music, but I listen to it so I can know what it is he's listening to. And then I have conversations with him. Like, you can't blame the artist. You need to make sure that you as a parent is instilling in your child the right tools so they can make the right decisions. There's going to be pushes and pulls from different arenas outside of music. So why are you blaming Cardi and why are you coming from Cardi? So, or Megan, I keep saying just Cardi, but Megan is on the song too, and she makes the song as well. So I really don't feel for any of the controversy. Like, I think, except for the Kylie one, we'll talk about that later. But the the lyrics, no, they can move on with that. Sorry, Denise, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's just like you have your opinion and you have your way of thinking, they have theirs, right? Like, they think the way they think because of whatever reasons it is, right? So the same with
yes,
you,
but,
you know.
But we can't blame, why are we blaming someone else for, okay. Yes, you're right.
Sir, I don't know, because I ain't blaming nobody.
I mean, you know, I'm going to take it out of the song. That's just like people, parents, this wasn't supposed to be an issue on parents, but a lot of the controversy with the lyrics stems from folks saying they're not good role models. But if you look at the history, if you look at their story, the trajectory of their story, that in and of itself is an aspect of being entrepreneurial, which is an element of being a role model. Like, there are so many things that you can look at outside of these lyrics to show what a role model is. And what you should be thinking about, I think, is why is it that my child resonates with this? Is there something that I can do that will allow him or her to resonate with my story? Like, you have to think about using whatever it is that kids are enjoying as a stepping stone to continue with your relationship with that child. Like, at the end of the day, like, you can't blame the artist. I'm just sorry.
And one last thing with these conservative people and stuff. I said these conservative, but with conservative people and stuff, check yourself at home. Like, it be your kids, your wife, or your husband. They'd be the freaky ones that you don't even know it. So,
All right.
Sorry. Go ahead, Denise.
So we will move past the lyrics and let's talk about, would there have been a different approach, or a different approach, I guess, if the lyrics would have been from a man versus a female?
I think that most people would say that there is a double standard when it comes to men rapping about sex, rapping about using women for sexual pleasure, than there would from a female.
I don't think there would be a double. There is a double standard, because women get shitted on for rapping about this type of things, but guys can go and sing "Slob on My Knob" like left and right, and they're not gonna get anything. Like, women cannot. It's 2020. They can't even talk about that when there's male rappers or singers even like talking about all this and that, and it's like, grow up, you know? Like,
What do you think, Denise? I mean, you're female. You hear these two female rappers. I know you're supposed to be taking over, and I know I'm asking questions. And by the way, you can go ahead and take the lyrics off of the screen. But as a female, does it bother you that you hear these type of lyrics from a female? And do you think, I know I'm asking you to take off your own biases and put visors. Do you think you would think differently if there was a male artist doing it? Let's say Bad Bunny or Daddy Yankee or whomever, since you like Spanish music, or Elvis Crespo or Mark Anthony. If he was singing these same lyrics, would it matter?
Well, now you're talking about real music. Elvis Crespo,
Okay.
Mark
Okay,
Anthony.
let's calm down.
Because if we're gonna go there, I'm gonna tell you something. This music nowadays is like, in my opinion, just horrible, right? But no, I don't see
That's
it.
not the topic.
I know. But I don't see an issue with it. I personally agree with Sean. I mean, this is what happens when it comes to sex, right? The female gets wet in order for the man to be able to, so I don't see an issue with it. I also don't see an issue if it would have came from a man.
Go ahead.
We've talked about the lyrics. We've given our opinions when it comes to the lyrics and why there could be controversy when it comes to what's written on it. So let's look at the video, okay?
And while you are prepping the video for preparation for the individuals who actually can view it on YouTube, we are going to make this quick disclaimer. We understand that this is copyrighted under the Copyright Act of 1976, but this is an exception to it. We are using the fair use exception in which we are commenting on the artistic view of the video. And because of that, we are not going to actually hear the lyrics or the song because we're just talking about the visual depiction of the video. All right.
All right, so let's play this. You guys ready?
We are.
Cristhian, you ready?
So-
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Alrighty now. So let's talk about that water fountain.
It's Megan and Cardi.
And all that wetness coming out on the floor. All right.
I mean, it goes with the theme.
I know.
It goes with the theme
I
of the
know.
song.
Look at the Powerpuff Girl.
I love the fact that they are very similar but yet still different.
Yeah,
makes
I
sense.
love the
I'm over
collaboration.
here singing the song in my head.
I love the collaboration. I think they did really good when it comes to both of them together.
What about the hairstyle? The hairstyle is so 1990s though.
Can we talk about this scene though? Because for a second, as the scene kept going and they started right there, I was like, oh my God, were they kissing? Like I had to go back.
Yeah,
I think they just touched tongues.
Yeah,
or
I think they
something.
touched on. But apparently, I was watching something. Pause it.
This is my favorite part.
I was watching something where Megan actually commented on it. It was one of her. It was either on live on Instagram or on YouTube. But she commented on that scene with the snakes, and she was basically saying how Cardi was like afraid out of her ass and kept saying, "Oh my God, bitch, these snakes are coming here. These snakes are moving here." So apparently, it's not CGI. They were actually having real live snakes in that video, and apparently they were crawling all over their bodies.
Ooh. Oh,
Now-
can we go back real
I would
quick?
love that.
I mean, from an artistic standpoint, I would never do that. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't like snakes. I think snakes are the devil and the devil's work. So anything dealing with snakes just doesn't sit
Oh
well with
yeah,
me.
I wouldn't have been able to do it. No, cast me for something else. Nope.
Exactly. Not at all.
Oh no. I mean,
But that scene right there shows them. I mean, I feel like it goes straight to my point. They're so similar but yet so different. Like even like the color contrast that they decided to use. One was purple and one was yellow. Like, I don't understand what the difference. I mean, why they chose that. But,
I don't, but they're like popping.
yeah, I
right?
agree.
I love this scene.
Like they're so different but yet so similar. I keep going to that same perspective. Like,
Ooh, this part. That's for the whole TikTok dance.
I know,
came
but I'm
from.
so sick of all these TikTokers trying to do this dance. It's so freaking annoying. So annoying. But they both look so good, and they're both so in sync.
Okay,
pause,
pause,
stop,
pause.
stop.
I paused it.
please.
I paused it.
Oh,
Hello.
Denise, is that you?
That's me. You didn't know?
Oh my God! Wait,
Wait,
are you about to walk up the
did you wear that outfit?
insert picture right here?
I actually was cast for the video, guys.
Dude, and what,
Yes.
you couldn't go because of COVID. You couldn't be there.
Yeah, what
COVID?
happened was I went through the casting and whatnot, and she called me, and I was like, what? Wait a minute, man. Of course I'm gonna be there. But then COVID happened and stuff, and I was like, nah, I ain't gonna risk it.
So they had to settle with someone that's already
Yep.
in LA.
Yep. So
You
she
know,
went.
not as good as you, but you know, just as good.
So there was controversy because of the Tigers. Was it Carole Baskin who made a comment then? Is that what happened?
Yes, let me tell you exactly what she said.
He's
Sure.
ready.
Go ahead,
So-
son.
Carole Baskin had, for those of you who don't know what she is, she was in Tiger King, and she just wanted to have a reason to come out and say something. Anyway, so when the video came out, she came out with this. She did an interview, and she called the video lurid. Oh my God! How dare these people dress in these scantily clad outfits and walk down this mansion? And then what she said was, it glamorized the idea of owning big cats as pets. Then she went on to say, and they probably dealt with one of the big cat pimps. That was her thing. So basically, what she said is because the video featured a tiger, in order for them to have a tiger that wasn't CGI, they had to have brought a real tiger in a green in front of a green screen. And so in order to do that, 9 times out of 10, they dealt with one of these big cat pimps who were glamorizing the fact that they own a tiger as a pet. And so, you know, she's against that, which is, go ahead.
Can I add something to that? It's funny the fact that she would even like say something because she owns a rescue, right? But yet she allows people to go in there and she gets money from people so they can come in and pet the baby cubs and see all these tigers, this and that. I'm like, why would you even say something when you do the same exact thing? You're like extorting is that the right word?
Yes.
Extorting these tigers and lions and everything. And I'm just like, so Denise, maybe we won't enter your picture down there because Carole Baskin might come for you for wearing leopard print or tiger
Well,
print.
Carole, I'm sorry. I didn't even know you existed until the song. And I still don't know who you are. So, sorry.
Yeah, I don't fuck with her. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
All right.
At all.
So, moving on with the video, right? Let's talk about the famous Kylie.
Can we please put it up on the screen?
Oh, okay. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Full length?
Full length.
All
Yeah.
right.
Hit
See the
play.
cape?
So this chick can get her a minute of fame.
Let's
Or
play
30
this.
13 seconds.
All right. So, there she go with the hair flip.
It must be nice to be able to. That's what Carole Baskin was talking about. They went to a pimp to get that.
She like tames them.
All right, but let's.
No.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So let's talk about the controversy with Kylie. Why was Kylie even in the video? Or, right, if they were going to put her on the video, why she got that exposure that she got where? Hair flip, kept on walking, stopped when she was opening the door, looked, I don't know who she was looking for, and then came in. So let's talk about that. Cristhian, let's start with
I'll
you.
let someone else start. No, I want someone else to start.
You sure?
Why? You're the Kylie.
I said I wasn't a big fan anymore.
Okay, so let me just say this. Okay, let me just say this. From my perspective, Cardi and if Megan Thee Stallion had anything to do with it, they can pick whoever they want to be in their video. Let me start that off. They're paying for it. They're doing it. They can choose whomever they want. So let me put that out there. But for me, I felt like this was a missed opportunity for Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion to showcase and highlight individuals outside of Kylie Jenner. I felt like if you look at all of the artists that they had in there, she had Normani, she had Sookie, she had
Ruby Rose.
It's Normani.
Normani. What'd I say?
Normani.
Oh,
It's
Normani,
Mulatto,
Sookie, Mulatto,
Ruby Rose.
Rosalia, right? All artists, right? All doing something. Who else?
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. And then we pan into Kylie just walking down the hallway. Not only is she in the video stops. And so this is where I think people had a problem with it, because the video just stops for how many seconds it was, whatever, to pan on her walking down the hallway to open a door. Now, again, I'm gonna go back to the fact that they paid for it. They can choose whomever they want in it. But that doesn't mean that I, as a consumer, have to agree with your choice. And I think there was a missed opportunity first, not only in the perspective of who to choose to be in this video, but how you respond to the controversy that came after it. And personally, I like Cardi, but I think she fucked up on both points.
I agree. I think it's definitely a missed opportunity. I feel like I don't see an issue with Kylie being there if she would have been in the end like the other artists. And she would have been doing the same thing the other artists were doing, right? Because they were dancing to the song. So if you would have chosen her to just be part of what the other artists were doing, then I wouldn't have had an issue with it. But I could see the controversy of, why did we have to go from one scene to immediately going to just see her walking down the hall to open a door? What was the point of that scene? Like, I just don't understand what the intention was for that scene. And I agree with how you react afterwards, right? I don't feel like that response that you gave, well, I like how she treated my daughter at the party, and her husband or whoever, the father of her daughter, is friends with my husband. That, to me, that's just not a reason.
What do you think, Cristhian?
I see your point, and I know we're not getting like political or talk about race right now, but she even said it. It's like not all about race, and I know right now the times that we're going through, it is about race and all that. And I don't think that having her be in the video gave her any clout, how people nowadays would say it. Yes, she doesn't need it, first of all. Like, she's Kylie Jenner. Like, she doesn't need any more clout or exposure. Someone else could have taken her part for sure. Someone like Saweetie or something. Has a banging body as well. But I don't know. You guys are talking about her walking down and opening a door. She's opening a door, and there goes Cardi. Like, I feel like that was all intentional. It all was planned out. And she was wearing like a leopard or whatever print bodysuit, and then the first door she looks at, there's a leopard. So I'm like, it all has to kind of have to do with the same thing. You know what I mean?
No.
I don't know.
No, not at all. Because, but here's what I want to say. So the controversy started from, I just want to make it clear that there was a Danielle Young, and I'm just going to be honest, I don't know who Danielle Young, but she's verified on Twitter, so she's important.
Is she though?
I don't know, according to Twitter's rules. Okay, it says Normani did all this and Kylie walked.
Normani.
Normani. Sorry. Normani did all this and Kylie walked down the hall and opened the door. If that's not a perfect visual indication of black women have to do the most and white women do the bare minimum to get somewhere, I don't know what is. Okay.
Before you answer that, I will say Normani, I followed her ever since X Factor. I saw her audition, and she said it. She's a dancer, she's a singer, and she used to run for pageants. So that's always what she's done.
Okay, great. All right. And then Normani says, Cardi says, Normani is one of the best female, she deleted these, but Normani is one of the best female artists that dance. Like, she dances her fucking ass off. Why would she open a door? Please tell me how that would make sense. The best part of the song is the beat and hook. It makes you want to shake your ass. I agree, Cardi, 100%. Then she goes on and said, not everything is about race. There's issues out here in the world that is about race that I preach all the time about. This is not about fucking race. Then she says, all these are deleted. Why did I put Kylie on my music video? She treated my sister and daughter so lovely at her kid birthday party. Travis and Seth are real close, and Kris Jenner have given me advice on certain things I asked for, and her husband real cool with mine. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to my first statement before I make a comment. She's entitled to put whomever she wants in her video. Okay. She's paying for it, right? Likewise, I think this was a missed opportunity. Yes, I understand her saying everything isn't about race, but I think it's a contradiction for you to say at this time that we're in this country, when we have a leader of the free world who says a lot of bullshit about minorities, particularly African Americans. And we are in this situation where people are out here protesting, losing their lives, getting shot, getting, tear gas and boom, boom, boom. And you release this song. I think as artists, sometimes artists forget that, but for the people out here, you wouldn't be where you are. And so it's because people saw in you something that was special. And so because of that, people rallied behind you. People went and viewed your stories. People went and highlighted you and reposted you on their social media platforms, and they didn't get paid a fucking dime. And people went and paid and bought albums or streamed albums and put it in their library because they saw something in you. And so I feel like artists sometimes forget that but for these individuals, you would not be where you are. And so that's why I say it was a missed opportunity. Again, I fuck with her. I like her. I like Megan Thee Stallion, period. But at the same token, her response, everything isn't fucking about race. Yeah, maybe for you, but for people every day who go to work and they realize that they are given their extra. They have to go hard every fucking day when someone who is non-minority does absolutely nothing and get all the shine. To them, it's not just simple that this isn't about race. It is about race for them. And so I just felt like this was truly a missed opportunity, especially given that she says, I talk about this shit all the time. Yeah, you do, but it's not just about talking. It's about living that life that you preach about as well. And I just felt like Kylie Jenner didn't need any of this. She didn't need any of this shine. And if I was involved at all, I would say, no, you don't need her, because she has every opportunity to be seen in the limelight. And I'm going to go back to the fact that people would assume, and I'm not going to call anybody out, people would assume that this video that you said broke a record only broke a record because Kylie was in there. And so it's so many missed opportunities to make this about the empowerment of women, but also making this about the empowerment of minority women who are often, their lights are smothered. Like, people don't shine a light on them. And a lot of minority females particularly feel like they're unprotected. And so I just felt like this was a missed opportunity for me. So I don't fuck with Cardi on her response with it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's my perspective.
I agree with you 100%. Cristhian?
Anything to say about it?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean,
you haven't said anything about it.
He said it all. I did. I don't understand. Like, if you're I don't have an issue with her being there. My issue is, why give her that exposure, right? You had other artists and you put them at the end dancing to your song. If you wanted to have her in there, have her do the same thing. But guess what? She don't know how to dance, which is why you didn't put her there like that, right?
And she ain't got no talent.
She doesn't have the talent when it comes to dancing like the girls were dancing. And we have to admit that. Second thing is, I don't agree with Cristhian when it comes as to, well, you had to open the door to Cardi. You could have put Megan to open the door because Megan features this song with you. You could have had Megan put on that outfit and open the door to you having the same outfit because you also had that outfit on. So I don't necessarily understand. Like, if you say Normani used to do pageant, she would have been the perfect one then, because she could have done that what is it, the catwalk?
Strutting.
What is it?
The catwalk.
She would have just had that down. So I don't understand. Help me. And this question is not for you, it will be to Cardi. Help me understand what was the purpose of having her just do that. Walk, stop. Well, first of all, flip her hair, walk, open that door, turn around and look. Who the hell were you looking for? The tiger that was coming behind?
Promoting Kylie Cosmetics.
Well, she was probably looking for the tiger that was running behind to eat her, because what the hell was she looking for? And then open the door to Cardi. Like, I mean, I get it that was my part, because it was my part. I was the one that was supposed to be doing all that, right?
Oh my God,
but,
here we go.
Yeah,
Hey, Miss Jenner.
No. That stops right there. Ain't Miss Jenner. No, sir. Claudio for you, okay?
Miss
So
Claudio.
I just want to highlight one tweet response to the whole controversy that I thought summarized the issue beautifully. This is my opinion. There was this comment from someone named Kiara Fifi. That's Kiarafefey. And this person, male, female, I don't know. It just says she completely missed the point. She talking about Cardi. Mm-hmm. The point is that Normani was out there dancing her ass off and got barely any attention, while Kylie put in zero effort and received praise and is the center of attention. Cardi isn't the problem, the audience is. Most don't care she's in it. I don't think people care, and that goes with the perspective of like, oh, this is just Kylie's haters. They just upset that they jealous that she's able to do this and she's a billionaire. Boom, boom. I don't think that's it. I think the reality is that for individuals who are minorities, who live everyday lives, who recognize that I have to go the extra mile, that this person next to me who's non-minority does not have to. It's a perspective of anger. It's a perspective of white privilege that we don't recognize in this country. And until we recognize that, we will never have a real conversation about these issues, because this issue transcends just the video. It's the message that it sends. Like, honestly, she did absolutely nothing. She walked down the fucking hallway, and any other person could have done that and still look good. Period. Like, Cardi could have had my grandma walk down the hallway and still look good. Oh,
or you, girl.
Or you. I'm just saying, it's like there was so many moments missed with this that I just didn't like. But at the end of the day, she paid for the video. She can have whoever she wants. So I still stand with Cardi with that. I would rather her say that than to say this isn't about race, because it may not be about race for you, but for many of your supporters who actually spend money that maybe they don't have to actually pay for their monthly subscriptions, or they buy the album, or they bought your vinyl, like, for them it matters. And so artists need to recognize that, but for individuals who support them, they won't be where they are. So that's my perspective on it.
So yeah, I agree with you. I didn't remember that she had mentioned it, that she had said it wasn't about race. My issue was, now I remember that, so I have an issue with that as well. But what I had an issue was because she was nice to your kid. I mean, because she was nice to your sister. What the hell that got to do with anything? Like, you're gonna put everybody that's nice to your family in your videos coming on? Because if that's the case, when I see your daughter, I'm gonna be extra nice to your daughter. I'm gonna be extra nice to your sister, so I can be in your video. Like,
make sure you wear a Peeps Creek shirt.
Peeps Creek hat right there. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't agree with that. And now that you mentioned the race thing, I have an issue with that as well. But moving on along. All right, so let's talk about the controversy. Christian, you have anything to add? Because we know how you down for the Kardashians.
No, I told you guys. I already changed my opinion on that. I agree with everything you guys said. With cultural appropriation, especially. I think that they have misused that in many times, not just Kylie, but all of them.
All of them, yeah. I agree.
And they've all had their scandals. But I'm just gonna say they are entrepreneurs, just like Cardi and Megan. Respects to them. They make their own money. And that's it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
There's nothing wrong with that.
moving on to the controversy. All right, so we had Republican James P. Bradley say, actually, he's running right now for House in California.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
We're not going to give him any glory. We don't care what he's doing. Because most people don't know who he is, and that's where it's going to stay.
I mean, just in case, you know. All right, so he said,
Nah, we're good.
they are what happens when children are raised without God and without a strong father figure. Opinions on that, please?
He dumb.
Wait, you need to finish that. He says, their new song, The WAP, which I accidentally, in quotations, parentheses, which I heard accidentally.
Sure,
Yeah, okay.
right.
Made me want to pour holy water in my ears, and I feel sorry for future girls if this is their role model. Then he follows up. Secondly, I personally take offense to the lyrics and messaging of this song. I absolutely respect the First Amendment right to make it. Also surprised that Twitter doesn't mind this kind of free speech, but has a problem with conservative free speech. Go ahead, sorry. Just want the full context there.
So what is your guys' opinion on that? I honestly feel like, no, sir, that has nothing to do with them being raised. First of all, you don't even know how they were raised, right? But
Exactly.
second of all, I don't think that has anything to do with them not having a father figure or having the presence of God. So I don't agree with what he said. Just my opinion.
It goes back to my comments about conservative people, and just if you accidentally started here listening to it, just stop. Like, why'd you listen to the whole song in order for you to write a fucking tweet about it? You know?
Yeah, you didn't just stumble
it's
upon
stupid.
it. You were listening to it, sir.
Exactly. It's not even it wasn't even on the radio. I don't
Not the
listen to
nasty,
radio.
especially not the nasty
Exact.
lyrics.
I'm like, how would you just have stumbled up on it on YouTube or wherever you listen to it? Like, shut the fuck up.
So for me, I'm gonna make this very short, so I won't hog up conversation, right? So here's what I would say is that I find offense to the opinion, period, because that goes to my whole point. That you're removing yourself from the lyrics and now you're attacking the individuals, and you don't know anything about their struggle. You don't know anything about the story. And I guarantee you, I will bet every dime in my bank account that this person, whoever he is, Republican James P. Bradley, didn't do his research to try to figure out what their life story was so that he can form that opinion. And quite frankly, and if you want to get biblical with it, you know, if you look at the Bible, most people teach the concept of forgiveness and love thy neighbor. And if you look at the whole trajectory of what Jesus was talking about, he said to folks when individuals came to him and said to them, what sin is worse than the other? And he said, there is no sin worse than any other. And basically what he said is, I say to you, right, love thy neighbor as you will love yourself. And so if you want to bring God into a situation, I would want to see God in your message. And that doesn't bring me closer to wanting to come to your church or wherever you pray or believe in, because you are not fulfilling one of the highest prophecies that God indicated that individuals should do. And if you felt like, even if you truly believed that this was a song that was going against his moral and biblical principles, then this was the opportunity for him to reach out and say, if you felt that, X, Y, and Z, bring it more to a biblical standpoint. And he just felt, and quite frankly, while he's talking about First Amendment, the First Lady actually has a whole picture of her with nothing on, and her using her hand to cover her private part. So if that is not an indication of what folks should be doing, I don't know what is. Do you not see that?
I've never seen that before.
It's your first lady.
It's not my first lady.
What she has on?
Nothing. Is that a
Absolutely
shirt?
nothing.
Is that a shirt dangling
Her
from-
titty is showing. She has she has no clothes on, and this was a tweet to that. And they said to his response, to his tweet, another person tweeted, and here's our current first lady, your point, ? And it shows her picture, nothing on, titties exposed, body exposed, and she's using her left hand to cover her punani. So that's
All
what
right
I gotta say
now.
to
So we had another
James P.
Republican,
Bradley.
Deanna Lorraine, expressed similar distaste for the song, and she said, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion just set the entire female gender back by 100 years with their disgusting and vile WAP song, noting that Cardi received support from Democratic Senators Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris. She also suggested that radio stations should avoid playing the song, whether they censored it or not. And she was criticized a lot for it, but let's also mention that she had something to say about Rihanna. I don't know if you guys remember, Rihanna had posted that picture with the art saying fuck Trump or something like that. And this lady also had something to say about that. So thoughts on that?
First of all, I don't know who she is.
Me neither.
So what I would say is this is cultural appropriation, attempted to use minority artistic views to catapult her into the limelight. But putting aside that no one knows who you are, Deanna Lorraine. Okay.
And I'm sorry, Deanna Lorraine, radio stations are not going to listen to you because, come on now, let's be honest. Worst songs have been publicized and all they do is just bleep it out. So you'll be okay. All right. And then we had Ben Shapiro, who's a conservative political commentator. He also criticized the song, saying, this is what feminism fought for. It was a video that he actually did. He also talked about his real concern is that Cardi and Megan's vaginal health after his wife called vaginal lubrication a health condition. Apparently his wife is in the medical field and whatnot. But after that comment, some OBGYNs came back saying, you technically don't know what you're talking about. And then CeeLo Green also had some criticism. Talking about Cardi and Megan, he criticized them for having adult content in their lyrics, saying, attention is also a drug. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, they are all more or less doing similar salacious gesturing to kind of get into position. I get it. The independent woman and being in control, the divine femininity and sexual expression, but it comes at what cost? Which many assume he was referencing to the part of WAP, of the wet ass pussy.
Yeah, but then he came back and tried to apologize. And
well,
like,
the only reason he did that is because he has a case of sexual, I think it's sexual assault or something like that.
His date or something.
Well, we don't know that. Okay, first of all, we don't know that. We didn't look at the evidence. But there's an allegation that he drugged a person who's female on a date. But who cares what he has to say?
And I'm pretty sure that's why. Well, we know who CeeLo Green is.
I love CeeLo Green.
Me too. Come on, Christian.
But at the end of the day, but I want to go quickly back to Ben Shapiro, whoever it is. I'm going to take it out of whatever he has to say because I really don't care what he has to say because it doesn't matter. But even if his wife commented on the lyrics, she's a medical doctor. Any medical doctor should not diagnose you without seeing you. And so for her to even put out her opinion as medical, if that's the case, is problematic. And so I would just say that she needs to look at her Hippocratic oath, which requires doctors to take an oath to examine the patients, make the best medical judgment based upon X, Y, and Z. And I'm assuming that Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B is not her patient. So unless they are her patient, and even if they are her patient, there's also some medical issues with them. That's HIPAA. She's required to make sure that she keep that shit like under wraps. So there's a lot of issues with that. So yeah.
Yeah, and let's not forget that we just talked on the controversy, right? On just those that had something negative to say. But let's not forget there was really good things said about the video, of empowerment of women and whatnot. So it was not all bad. We just, for the sake of doing the podcast, wanted to bring those comments that did bring controversy and whatnot.
I like the video, except for Kylie, and I love the song.
I don't have no opinion. It's not a song that I would download. I like the beat. It's nothing related to the lyrics or who is singing it or who was in the video. It's just not my type of music, and it's not something that I would like put on the radio and be like, "Wow, wet ass pussy, yay, whores in the house." No, my opinion.
We'll see when you get to South Carolina. All right, so that is the episode for the day. WAP, Denise, that stands for
Wet ass pussy.
All right, so make sure that you continue to listen,
Listen.
rate, and subscribe on Apple Music. Continue to drink, listen, and converse. And if you are on YouTube, make sure that you continue to
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay. And Denise, anything you want to say? Say it in Spanish so they can know, like, we're multilingual here.
Por favor, síganos. En Instagram is algarroba Peeps Creek. Gracias.
Okay. All right. So, until next time, peace and love.
Bye, guys.
Okay.